Today, we play Best of One.
The only one in Best of One.
What? Genius axes!
Ta-da!
Eurian. This is Standard. Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena, we are playing blue-white stuff. I don't know. What is it? What do you call this deck? What kind of a name do you put on this deck? No questions. I even do it to myself. That's fair. We don't ask questions, we just play it. This deck comes from The Meat Man, a username for somebody on MTGO from an event, and they did pretty well with this deck. Actually, I think this was a 5-0 in a league, now that I think about it. I don't know. You guys don't care about the difference between an event or a league, right? So if you want to look up what an MTGO league is and what an event is, I guess many of you have no idea. The events are usually on the weekend, and they're tournaments with top eights, cut to top 8, and then a playoff and a winner, and they get to go on to play in various competitive events like Pro Tours and championships. And leagues are a thing you can join, and it's like the confusing enough, it's like the events on Arena, where like you join and you try to get to 5 wins and then you're done. If this is a league deck, it went 5-0. If it's an event deck, it won or placed well in a tournament. Those are the differences. Anyway, answering questions. Disgraceful. What have I become? This is a blue-white deck. Love the colors. Not really confident in a ton of the cards in this colors, but it does seem like strong best of one stuff. A lot of cheap creatures, some interaction in the form of destroy evil, get lost, make disappear, some new cards in the form of Subterranean Schooner and Tishana's Tidebinder and get lost, Spyglass Siren, which is starting to show up more and more or all over the place, and yeah, 1 mana, 2 cards. Voldarian Epicure actually got a lot of play when it came out because it was 1 mana, 1 blood token. Spyglass Siren, a little bit better, an evasive body and a map token, and in a color that usually needs early board presence, blue. It generally doesn't get those kinds of cards. The deck is a best of 3 deck. There is a sideboard. If you get craft all, you might craft a sideboard. Watch out for that. Great for you who want to play best of 3 a little bit. But because we are trying it in best of 1, there are questions. I have questions. Of course, we do not answer those questions, but nonetheless, there are cards here that I call best of 3 cards because they don't usually translate well to best of 1. When you're on the draw with these cards, they don't do nearly as well. Those cards: Fairy Mastermind, sus. Subterranean Schooner, sus. Wedding Announcement, controversial. People fight me about this in comments sometimes. This card is not that good in best of 1 most of the time. When you are behind on board, it doesn't do it, and sometimes when you're on the draw, it doesn't do it. Like, it walks into Wedding Announcements or get lost, or it might just be too far behind to really matter. Anybody who's ever kept a hand with like turn 2 creature, turn 3 Wedding Announcement, and just had their deck just knocked out of the park by a good mono red aggro start, you know what I'm talking about. But let me know, what do you think in the comments? Am I too hard on Wedding Announcement? I know it's a good card, I just don't know if it's a good best of 1 card. And then another card that I'm starting to get sus about in best of 1 is Virtue of Loyalty. This card also strikes me sometimes as too slow and not enough impact when you're on the draw in best of 1. Because there are so many decks that get off to such amazing starts that the 2/2 you make isn't particularly threatening or useful, and you never get the time to cast the 5 mana side. I mean, the alternative is you end up playing reactive spells and you end up playing a control deck, which isn't what this deck is trying to do anyway, but it does make you wonder, how do kind of these sneaky mid-range decks translate from best of 3 to best of 1? And that's what we're going to try to get into and find out today. Thank you to the sponsors, CoolStuffInc.com, Ultimate Guard. Make sure you check them out. Thank you to the YouTube members. They've been making the 24 hours of early access a success. You can hit join below to become a member. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. It's definitely my colors. It's blue and white, but I don't know, man. It's a weird deck, right? It's not soldiers. It doesn't have a typal theme necessarily. And it's definitely not control. I don't know what I'm in for. but this has to be a keepable hand. Feels so strange. Schooner on the draw. I've just been burnt by this so many times. Also, do I open with a tapped land? Maybe. Like, what does turn 1 Siren really achieve? I guess turn 2 Schooner can block. That's a big deal. That is actually a big deal. Matchmaker, always on top of it. Always. Hey, guys, I found a cool new deck. I can't wait to play it. Wait, somebody else went first with a better hand playing the exact same deck. Well, that wasn't fun, was it? Never mind, they run green. Still, same exact opener, and you can't tell me that's not rigged. Can't tell me nothing. Ooh, yay, we've drawn 2 straight lands. Like, how do you play from being on the draw in this scenario? I just, like, I guess they just get the first move and their explorers are a bit better. Maybe Wandering Emperor can be the card that breaks the parity. But we have to draw something playable for next turn, probably. If we fail, I don't know what we're supposed to do. Oh, they could map token now, and then I can't even block their Schooner. That's great. Oh, that's excellent. 2 ships passing in the night is a thing people have said. Okay, they hit a land. That's kind of how lucky we needed to be able to block their Schooner. Surge Engine on top. So this is Ash Lizzle's Simic Artifacts deck. At least that's where I first saw it. Gotta be on the lookout for cookies. Yep. Yeah, oof. If I don't draw something good right here, this deck is gonna run downhill all over me, just absolutely destroy me. And it's just as simple as we didn't go first. But we also got pretty unlucky to draw 3 straight lands after the keep. Not gonna lie, has me a bit tilted. Opponent roping on the activation of their Schooner. God, if this were just something I could play, you know, we'd have been keeping up. As it is this fast enough? Does it do anything? This doesn't do anything against them. We're just getting rolled, so we have to bin it. Oh my gosh. All right, binning Edenic is actually some value in a way. I'll take that. We could bluff a make disappear, but nothing's going to be holding priority, so they'll see through it really quickly. I think that's better, though, than playing an Anchorage. Vinestalk takes 5 to activate. So it's 2 turns away from doing anything too good. That's the wrong crew, right? Why are they holding back the Sentinel and the Cookie? They're going to block my Schooner? It's just a terrible call on their part. Like, that's a really bad call. Get Lost is a good draw, but I think what we want to do is play the Emperor. Larcenist, that might be what we have to use Get Lost on to untreasurify something. But yeah, they had a pretty open lane. I know they're at 14, but man, like, they could have been slapping me for so much damage. Ooh, a land. Cool. Love that. They take it. Wow. Didn't expect that. Okay, I'm done. Think they've got to make disappear? I certainly don't. They held these back and then didn't block with them. That's just a bad. That's just a sign of, like, they're a little lost in the sauce. Their game plan's a bit screwed up. There's the glyph. Makes map tokens into 5/4s. Pretty strong. Okay, they don't have make disappear. Game on.
Finally, I'm home.
Schooner gone.
You're done.
13-10. But man, they would be just running me over if they had just leaned on it and attacked with everything they could last turn. They would just be running me out of the building. As it is, we have a chance. I wouldn't call it a great chance, but we have a chance. Interesting. They treasurified the Siren. Second Emperor is pretty awesome. So we can just do this.
I guess that's it then. Let your blade do the talking.
I could actually use that treasure. What they needed to do was hit the schooner, right? It's an artifact. Yeah. All right. I mean, we're going to try to take advantage of what I have to assume is some inexperience on their part. Oh, come on. All right. Well, they had something up their sleeve. Can't stop it. But even their land is a good one. Oh, look, I found all the basics in my deck. Shuffler. So we can get back our Spyron? Our Spyglass Siren. That's not particularly good. I think we just wait and see what they do. I mean, I assume that they're going to cast the glyph. But we want a Wandering Emperor, probably the Cookie. Get lost the glyph. Then we're still not really doing anything. But we'll see what happens. I don't think we have a shot. Correct target. Let's put into a graveyard, discover 3. Gross. Well, they found the attack everything button.
I've learned much during my travels. You are not much.
They hit another schooner. God, I hate it. I hate it so much. All right, I do feel like we have to use our map token thingy while we can. Let's take out the Sentinel. Now they can't block on the way back. We go to 7. They're at 9. Stupid frickin' schooner. Also just nasty flood. You know, they stopped on 4 lands and have had nothing but relevant spells. If they had more mana, they could crack their map tokens, which might even be, you know, advantageous for them, but it's still, it's frustrating. These masterminds are not looking good. Let's make a 3/2. Maybe they'll go after the Wandering Emperor way more than they should. We needed a non-land on top to get this to a 4/4 so it can attack through the schooner. Oh, did we get a chump block here? We'll take that. Oh my goodness. That's a clue. Do we get down the anchorage? I think we get down the anchorage. We could crack the clue if we play an untapped, but I don't think that's what's important here. I think the pressure from the anchorage with them at 9 might actually be very important. It's turning out to be a good game. I really think they should have just destroyed me. And it does help that they keep having the nuts. Another larcenist. But if they're going to keep playing it badly, you know, we have a chance. And they've definitely played it kind of badly. Like, should they be playing that larcenist or should they be making a 4/4? They have the cookie. I mean, they have another glyph on top. Just another hasty 5/4 on top of their library. Now, will they go after the Wandering Emperor or will they do something else? They gotta watch their life total. That's the thing. After all that's gone wrong, we still might be able to snipe them if they attack badly. And we draw like removal for the right larcenist, for example. Okay. They might not have any blockers. Everything face. Everything face. Okay. Sure. So, are we dead? We're at 7. We block here, block here. We're at 1. Okay. So, if we block like this, we go to 1. Then, if we draw removal, we remove the larcenist, turn the Denic back into a creature, power up the anchorage, we win. Actually, we don't need to draw removal. We have the Wandering Emperor. I think this is game. Am I crazy? Uno? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I'm never done for good.
Hi.
My judgment is final.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, ain't that just the way the cookie crumbles? On the play. Okay, this hand. Maybe we're going to see Mastermind and Wedding Announcement really doing their thing. I definitely call these not quite best of 1 cards because they're really only good on the play. Same with Schooner. But we are, in fact, on the play. Let's run the Schooner Wedding Announcement Gambit instead of the Mastermind Make Disappear thing. Leggy Shreddy. What are they doing with the Ledger Shredder? Ganjo, Denic. You got a 1-mana spell as well. You gonna use that Shredder? Yes, they are. Run a Spyglass Siren deck? You will play other Spyglass Siren decks. The matchmaker is not sure what else to do with you. They discard Rafine on that board. Well, we know they have another one. They must have another one. They pass. Plans to block the Schooner. Interesting. Well, I'm going right in. This might mean a Rafine resolves, but I think we got to do it. Like, this greatly diminishes the effectiveness of a Rafine. Rafine also encourages them to keep attacking, and we would love to be attacking. Here it comes. Did they find their land? Discard a land. A good land, too. They've got it. And another Siren. Might as well get busy. Don't need to see that. You don't need to know about that. Take 2. Pass. Destroy evil, you say? Awkward. If we had 1 more mana, it would be so good. But let's see what our opponent does. They go for an invasion. Yeah, I think we double spell him here. Make disappear the invasion. Fairy Mastermind. Get some cards off their attack. Save the destroy evil. Remove the Rafine later. They're running Dream Thief and Spyglass Siren. It's a very dedicated Rafine build. There's their second card. They have to discard. I get to keep mine. I saw 2 lands and I was getting excited. But yeah, they did have to discard at least 1 non-land. Oh, I could have blocked Rafine. All right, took a damage for no reason. Missed something. Bad CGB. Make a bigger mastermind? Yeah, that seems good. Drop them to 8. We're looking at destroy evil the Rafine. We could do it now to play around make disappear. Seems fine. Then they just might play another Rafine. They only kept 1 card. They haven't showed us a counterspell yet. Yeah, I think they'll do something else. Let's just pass. It also looks semi like they could get in there. They know about the virtue, but everything flies. There we go. I am going to give a lot of credit to the deck. I like the all flying approach. I really do. All flying and invasion. It's a very good Rafine deck. I wonder if it's any good though if they don't draw Rafine. I can picture this deck, no Rafine, no future. And some of the cards that don't fly right now in the format are really good. Just saying. Today's Cool Kids Club shout out goes to Kyle Stafford. Kyle was able to watch this video 24 hours before non-members. So if you want early access to videos and potential shout outs like this, hit the join button down below, become a YouTube member, a Cool Kids Club member, and Kyle Stafford, you're cool. On the draw is rough. No interaction. Ooh. Unless you count the Tidebinder. But we gotta try hands like these, right? We can't pitch that back. Good old enchantments. One of the worst decks to be on the draw against. I mean, if I run out of Schooner, I don't think anything good happens. But if my plan is to play Wedding Announcement next turn, it's not like making the Virtue creature is going to block. We could try playing like a flash game, make a 2/2, flash in a Tidebinder, try to slow down this Kami. I just don't think that's going to work. Yeah, we're in trouble. There's no question. Destroy Evil's not bad though. But when do I play it? Next turn? Double spell? This turn, maybe flashing in Tidebinder is the play. That seems better than a Wedding Announcement, which I always say is a bad best of 1 card. So, you can counter this ability. so that this doesn't get any bigger. I think that's the play. Do they also have ossification just ready to cook? I mean, I guess if they play an ossification here, I can't be too upset. They can copy the ability with the Weaver. That's something they could do if they wanted to make this a 4/4 this turn. How are we going to get them to use their Skrelv, though? That's important. Okay, they let that happen. Is their plan to copy the Spirited Companion trigger? It is. Sure. Now that's the other trigger I could have countered, but I think it's actually more important to keep the Kami small. So I don't regret the choice to copy the Kami trigger, because now it won't trigger off the next enchantment either. But good lord, they have 5 creatures. I have 1. Like, these games just aren't really games of Magic, are they? We can try, though. I've said that before and been wrong. I think I have to Scoon them. Is that a disaster? Well, then I don't have a good blocker, right? So I don't have a good angle on this Destroy Evil because of the Skrelv. I better get the wedding announcement down. That has to be the play. There's no way we pull through this game without a really powerful wedding announcement. Okay, they're finding another way to power up their Kami. Seriously, they have no issues. Like, we're done. We're done. Screw this game. Yeah, wedding announcement, Subterranean Schooner, Fairy Mastermind are still trash on the draw. That they still are a best of 1 train wreck. This could turn out to be a best of 1 train wreck because of tapped lands. Shuffler, not exactly fine, but maybe we can top deck into it. 2 straight enchantment decks. Who's still playing these? Oh, but they got up a Beanstalk. That's different. Look at these lands. Ugh. Kind of disgusting to me. Just me? What's the play? The Beanstalk won't draw a second card for a minute unless they play a Binding. I think we pass. The next turn we'll play Schooner and still have Make Disappear up and have a Virtue token probably. Up against a weird pile so far. Yeah, that turn 2 tap land is definitely haunting us. Okay. After much deliberation. Sure. Now we need to draw another creature really bad. Really, really badly. Nope. If we can fight over mana, we'll fight over mana with this deck. Creature! Beautiful. Living our best life. I'll take a land. I have another March, you can feel it. Well, we got the land. Do we get Lost the Beanstalk before they can play a 5-drop? I think I know this deck. I think I played this deck. It's a lot of board wipes. I don't need to Make Disappear a board wipe here. It's just 1 creature. Okay, beautiful draw. So they've been waiting to make disappear or march the schooner. We're going to deny them that. The schooner is going to have to carry us. And it's getting us through the lands. That's nice. There's another commune. Let's see what they find. Beans. Perfect. Deny the bean. See if they have instant speed removal again. Nope. We're fighting. We're a scrappy bunch. Coaches love us. They get lost now. Sure. Sure. Siren. Let's go. We have another march still. Is it the black one or the white one? If they rope this hard over everything, you know exactly what's going on. Destroy evil. Takes care of the beans. I guess I'll keep it. Let's keep building this one up because, like I said, I think they run like 6 board wipes. I think their hand is 1 march, 1 board wipe. They don't want to get rid of both. So a big schooner is the way. We can power it up using the anchorage, if that's what we need to do. So yeah, a board wipe won't save them. It wouldn't anyway. We have make disappear. And they're not going for it. Okay, cool. So it's March. It's March. I do get another draw off the beanstalk. I'm wondering if I should blow it up first. But no. No. Get lost. Okay. That last card is something else. And there's the March of Wretched Sorrow. Here's the Make Disappear, but they do get the card off the beanstalk, which is frustrating. So they might draw into a way out, but we're leaving them at 1. I liked this beanstalk deck. It was way better than I expected. Probably a good example of a decent best of 1 deck because of the way it punches creature strategies. And it does have a lot of play to it. Snap a go for the throat. Okay. And a go for the throat. Yeah. Okay, they surrender basically. We'll take those. Inching over the finish line with our tactics. Our opponent goes first. Yeah, lots of 2-drops. Feels like standard lately. Endless value out of 2-drop spots. Crazy. Don't love the wedding announcement or the mastermind here. I'm starting to believe Virtue is also like a tough on the draw card for best of 1. Love drawing that Destroy Evil though, especially after you see black mana. Scoon. Bird Migration. All right, ramp. How do you beat ramp? It's going to take tricksy stuff. We're going to have our make disappear for sweepers. Maybe we Tidebind an Atraxa. Let's get married. Gotta get the wedding announcement cooking, and we have a blocker in case they invade Zendikar. Yeah, an angel. Big surprise. They sure snapped that off, didn't they? Alright, destroy the angel. Don't know how we're going to win against it. Drop a Denic. Get it exploring, so we have some lifelink action. We'll still make a creature on end step. And we make Sunfall kind of awkward. It's not really a good play here. Double Archangel. Good lord. Okay, what are they going to do? Pick on Denic? Guess so. So if we bring Denic back out of the graveyard, it'll be a 4/3 on end step because of wedding announcement. We could bluff attack the Schooner, give them life. They might not block. Might not block. I think it's worth it for the Explorer. It's just a bounce anyway. If they slam an Atraxa, it's like GG, right? But, you know, what are you going to do? Did they really curve right into an Atraxa? With 2 Archangels of Wrath? Not yet, they haven't. The double attack implies that they're getting bored and they're going to Sunfall. Whenever one or more creature cards are put into graveyards from anywhere, investigate. Well, make them have it here. It might be depopulate, so I get a card. It's not. However, I don't think that Sunfall is bad for me. I think that's kind of a... I don't know. I don't know if that's the play. Can't see their hand. But that feels like I got bored, so I Sunfalled. I've still got a lot of cards. This is a 4/4. This is a 4/5. No bindings right now. It's good to see. Untapped land is good to see. Don't think they run Farewell. I think getting down second Schooner is a good move. Especially when we can flash something in, cast something else. They want to combat me? Yeah, they're trying the aggro route. I'll play that game. This Denic has lifelink, so if they don't do something about it, we'll be right there. Yeah, this feels like an inexperienced ramp player. They were definitely supposed to cycle this before combat, then they know that they could have attacked the invasion. I probably wouldn't have let that happen, but it does draw out the Get Lost. I also could have tried to ambush this, but I like saving the surprise. Question is, do I play the Flyer or the Virtue? I think we play the Virtue here. My goodness, I hit land a lot, don't I? Back up to 16. Make disappear on top. Here's a virtue. Roar! My creature's strong. Your creature's weak. Beans. Mastermind says thank you. That's how we keep up. Yep, Sunfall, no surprise. Untapped land here. Make a might. Power up a schooner. Still have make disappear open. Look at the size of these boats. They said we need a bigger boat. Well, we found it. Sure, we'll keep a Tidebinder. They scoop it up. The visible make disappear. The Tidebinder on top. If they drew an Atraxa, I can't counter it, but they're not going to resolve something like a Sunfall. They don't know about the Get Lost, but that would deal with Atraxa. This is our Diamond winning in. Winning in for Diamond, gamers. Have you ever been Diamond? Diamond hands? Join the Diamond Club? Put up some diamond hands for the Diamond Club. If you've been in Diamond, leave a comment and like this video. This is a Diamond video. I can feel it, though I'm not so sure about this grip. And it looks like our opponent's gonna flood the board, and that's really bad for us because we don't sweep boards. Geez, I wonder what they have. I think we have to counter their big 3-drop. But they'll just play around it, potentially. Man, what I would give for one of these to be a Mastermind or a Virtue right now. Yeah, they're definitely going to have a big 3-drop. God, this sucks. Gotta use it. We're priced in. And then they're like, ah, my Adeline's safe. Haha. Oh, God, these schooners are killing me. They're absolutely killing me. Anyway, have a Denic. Terrible on the draw cards. So, of course, we draw 3. Interesting. They're spinning the wheel. I guess that's a break for us. Hell, they found Adeline, so great. Priced in, gotta do it. Gotta make some blockers. That's a good draw.
Keep watch for intruders.
Roar! Care to trade? All right, we are defended. It's a big deal. We're not going to out life total our opponent. We have to outgrind them, which is hard because they have the recruitment officers. You have to draw better than that. All right. Who explores? Is it Denic? Make big lifelinker? Could matter. Make big samurai?
Strike fast and strike hard.
More Wandering Emperor seems good to me. How much are they going to take? They have the veterans. Like to see them ganging up on the schooner because we have more. Actually, this is incredible. You go first. Yeah, I'll take a 3-for-1, please. I thought for sure they'd try an Iganjo. Wow. Love that for me. We still have Iganjo open because we have a legendary. I love how much backpedaling they're doing. They had a good life gain engine set up. We've got a shot. I mean, the schooner, I trash talk the schooner, but the schooner's trying to bring it. It scares them too much. They can't stomach me getting value off an attack. Really the star though is the Wandering Emperor. Opponent? Oopsie. It's okay. They're not cut out to be a diamond gamer like me. Diamonds in the chat. Diamonds in the chat, baby. We are Diamond Stream. And we are back for the post-game wrap. 5-1. 80% win rate. Thumbnail achieved. The clicks will rain from the sky. I'll be a successful creator. I can look my parents in the eye and tell them I did it. Yep. Anytime you get like a 5-1 type record, you feel pretty good trying a new deck. What can we attribute that to? One, I actually honestly feel some of these games would have been losses if my opponents were good at attacking and blocking. But that is one of the things you have to be decent at in Magic, and I've certainly made my share of mistakes, and I'm sure some of you out there have made mistakes as well. And today we ran against some people who didn't seem very experienced in their archetypes, the ramp deck, the Simic Cookies deck, and we took them to task for it. Like, we found a way to win those games where maybe the draws wouldn't have gone in our favor had the opponents had the optimal lines and really understood what they needed to be doing with their decks. But that's hard, right? They don't know everything about my deck. Maybe they're holding back thinking about sweepers. I don't run those. Once they see this video, which they might even do 24 hours early if they're a member, they're going to be like, oh, I'm just supposed to throw everything at this and win. Yeah. Because it's much more of a tempo deck than a control deck. But that is not always easy to figure out in the moment, is it? So, no, it's not, is it? It's Azorius. Silence. No questions. Would I change the deck? Not yet. I still think that my feelings about Schooner are right, but this deck showed that some players are so afraid of Schooner that it throws them off of their game plan, which makes it a better card than it seems. Virtue of Loyalty. I'm still very sus of this card, but the ability to just keep mana open keeps the opponent off balance so they don't understand what kind of deck you're playing. That is value that I don't always consider. I do love the Tidebinder. Like, this card is really good. And I'm curious if we found a balance strong enough to make Wedding Announcement like a good best of one card, because we have so much 2-mana interaction, and then on turn 4 we're usually playing a double spell. That Wedding Announcement seems a lot better in this deck than it does in other decks that then maybe are trying to like cast a Sheoldred on turn 4 or something like that. So I love the deck. I had a lot of fun. Would I craft it if I were not making content? Absolutely. I would watch this video, be like, my God, that man is so handsome, and I would craft this deck. That's what I would do. Would this deck get me to Mythic? I am confident it would. When you're putting up the numbers and there's still room to grow as like a player, I don't think I'm playing this quite optimally yet. Yeah, I think that this is a Mythic potential deck. It is a sweet one. I can't believe it took me this long to play a deck like this. A little bit of a, I don't know. What do you name this deck? That's my other question. You stayed till the end. Leave me a comment. What is the name of this deck? Is it white blue midrange? That's so lame and doesn't really, to me, encapsulate what's going on. Is it white blue boats? Is it white blue tokens? Is it flash? I don't know. It's just the white blue stuff. Name the deck. Name the deck in the comments. Hit like, hit subscribe. Check out the sponsors. Consider becoming a member of the Cool Kids Club for early access to the video. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. You're cool.
CoolStuffInc.com is a proud sponsor of CovertGoBlue, and you can find all of his unique tokens and playmats at CovertGoBlue HQ. Take to the skies with CGB's Shark token and playmat, and his premium Dragon Rider token and playmat, or become the apex predator of your next game night with his Dinosaur Rider playmat and token. CoolStuffInc.com/CGB is your place for all things Covert Go Blue. So check it out if you want to channel your inner one in Best of One. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.